So the question is, what does it take for you to conclude that someone is a great public speaker? And of course, there would be typical ingredients such as acting skills. And under acting skills, we understand everything from body language, walking about the stage, screaming and shouting when required, raising your pitch and lowering your pitch, etc., etc. And then you have memory, because of course, to deliver a great speech, you need to have a good memory, or at least good tactical skills. And by tactical skills, I mean the ability to put whatever it is you want to say into a clear structure. So some kind of storytelling imagination, even if you can't remember full paragraphs, sentence by sentence, which is what most people try to do when preparing for a public speech or a public performance. And by the way, that is almost always the wrong thing to do. Don't try to memorize full paragraphs. Try to work as if it were some kind of mind map. Come up with the key phrases, key elements around which you want to spin your story from beginning to end. And yes, you need to rehearse and you need to practice how you put those elements together. But the essential thing is to remember the key items in your story. It's always much easier. So back to the question, what are the yardsticks of success in public speaking? Acting skills is one, memory is the other. What else? In my experience, after hundreds and hundreds of conferences, I can tell you that the way I recognize public speaking skills can be reduced to two essential criteria. One is silence. Silence is not an easy thing to learn. Silence is proof of confidence. Silence is essentially, if you try and define it, it's the ability to say little when everyone else is saying a lot. Silence is the ability to reduce whatever it is you believe to be the full content of whatever it is you want to say to your audience to the absolute crux, the core content of your message. So that's silence, the ability to control your content and narrow it down to the minimum, to the bare minimum. Why is silence so important in public speaking? The simple answer to that question is because public speakers are generally afraid of silence. They think silence is wrong. Silence implies something has just gone wrong. The other thing is authenticity. We all know the term, we've heard it so many times, authenticity. To me, there are two types of authenticity. One is the deep, authentic authenticity, which is very much part of you, the best part of you, and that is not always the case when you watch someone and you think somebody's authentic because of the other type of authenticity, and that is fake authenticity. A lot of public speakers are smart enough to understand that they can learn, they can project a certain image, which is not necessarily who they really are and what they really stand for. Someone said that it takes a lifetime to get to know yourself, let alone to get to know someone else. So how can you know which version of someone is the authentic version and which is less authentic? Sometimes looking at tiny little gestures and parts of mimicry, parts of the body language, you can see or detect or feel that something is missing, something is wrong, or that all those signals taken together do not exactly create a consistent message, and it's profoundly instinctive the way we respond to it. But sometimes we simply feel something is missing from the equation.